An audio has been broadcast from Russian spy ship, the Kildin, as the vessel packed with intelligence-gathering equipment drifted temporarily out of control off the Syrian coast on January 23, with flames and black fumes rising from its smokestack. In the footage, a man is saying that the ship is in difficulty and instructs another vessel over the radio. The Associated Press obtained audio of the broadcast, as well as video and photos showing the blaze, that 3 military officials said were gathered by a ship from a NATO nation operating nearby. The officials, also from a NATO country, spoke to the AP on condition of anonymity to discuss the fire and radio transmission that Russian authorities haven't publicly reported. The audio provides an unusual peek inside Russia's fleet of spy ships that NATO nations are watching closely because of concerns that Moscow might sabotage underwater cables and pipelines amid tensions over the war in Ukraine. Even though the Kildin was in trouble, the secretive ship didn't respond to an offer of help from the NATO vessel, the officials said. The UK last month tracked another Russian vessel that it identified as a spy ship in the English Channel. The Defense Ministry said the Yentar was caught loitering over critical undersea infrastructure, and that a Royal Navy submarine surfaced close to the ship to warn it had been secretly monitoring its every move. The 55-year-old Kildin gathers intelligence on NATO activities in the Mediterranean and had been operating near naval exercises by alliance member Turkey before the fire, according to the officials who spoke to the Associated Press. They said the blaze burned for at least 4 hours and that the Kildin's crew removed the covers from lifeboats, though they never put them to sea. The Kildin also hoisted 2 black balls from its masts, a maritime signal that the ship can no longer steer, the official said.
Motor vessel Milamon, this is motor vessel Sky Channel 16.
This is motor vessel Milamon, go ahead.
Milamon, please, 6969. Motor vessel Milamon, motor vessel Milamon, this is warship, on course, distance 5 nautical miles. I don't have faith, I'm on your radar, please check me.
Okay, I enter my course to starboard. This clear for you?
Yeah, and please keep safety distance 10 cables for me. Repeat, 10 cables. This is my safety distance. And I'm drifting now. I'm not under command.
Okay, I enter my course to board or starboard, you want?
As you wish, as you wish.
Okay, I enter my course to board.
Okay, 10 cables, please. Thank you for cooperation, Channel 16 out.
Okay, thank you for you. You are welcome. Goodbye, standby, Channel 16.
Yeah, so the Russian fleet of AGI, so surveillance vessels, have been an important part of the Russian Navy since the Soviet era. They've been used for a range of tasks, from, tracking deployments of NATO vessels, to gathering data regarding things like electronic emissions, to hydrographic survey data. This vessel, represented a part of that fleet of fleet and by extension the Russian Navy's capacity for intelligence gathering. Many of these vessels are Soviet legacy assets, however, and their age is reflected in both their technical capabilities and in some cases, the state of their maintenance and seaworthiness. The broadcast would be the sort of thing one would expect from a vessel in distress under these circumstances. But of course, one would expect an intelligence gathering vessel to only be broadcasting in extremis if it needed to for reasons of navigational safety and all the rest.
Каких-либо кораблей мы просто не знаем. но по поломке одного отдельного взятого корабля и какой-то отдельно взятой неисправности судить о состоянии флота, это непрофессионально, экспертно неверно.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is confident that Russian dictator Vladimir Putin is planning to deploy troops to Belarus in the spring, summer or fall and try to drag the country into war. As reported by a Union correspondent, the head of state stated this at a briefing after a meeting with the British Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs David Lammy in Kiev. With Putin's ambitions and what we see today, he is doing everything to stop this war, and this is a fact. He will continue in this, and he will think about other countries. I am sure of this. I am warning about this, absolutely openly, frankly. I understand what will happen. You will see. He will provoke other countries. Maybe Poland will be next, or the Baltic countries. And this is not just some more rhetoric. You will see in the spring, summer or fall, he will have forces on the territory of Belarus. Zelensky is convinced. As the president suggested, many Europeans and perhaps even the US will say that this is intimidation. This is intimidation of Poland, intimidation of Lithuania and our other Baltic partners. But you will see, he will do everything to draw them in. He will think about how to provoke them. I don't know if there will be an invasion, but in any case, he will thus drag Belarus into the war. Although, in my opinion, after they attacked Ukraine with missiles, they were already in this war, but their people are not there, and their troops are not there yet. But Putin really wants this, Zelensky emphasized. The head of state believes that everything must be done to stop Putin. In this context, Zelensky is convinced that by providing support to Ukraine, European and American partners will also take care of themselves, and Great Britain is no exception. The president of Ukraine notes that Europeans need to increase defense spending today. If you don't want to spend the entire budget on defense in the future, spend today the percentage that is needed today. Strengthen your defense with such steps. Support for Ukraine is part of your defense, Zelensky notes. Russian dictator Vladimir Putin has submitted to the State Duma a bill to ratify the agreement with Belarus on security guarantees within the Union state, signed in December 2024. The corresponding document has already appeared on the official website of the Russian parliament. According to the document, Belarus grants permission to deploy Russian military bases and units on its territory. It is noteworthy that the agreement will be valid for at least 10 years with automatic extension for subsequent 10-year periods. The agreement was signed on December 6, 2024 in Minsk during a meeting of the Supreme State Council with the participation of Alexander Lukashenko and Vladimir Putin. It speaks in particular of military cooperation. One of the points states that in the event of an act of aggression against any of the parties to the agreement, the other party guarantees the immediate provision as agreed upon by the heads of state of the parties of military, technical and other assistance after a corresponding official request. Article 5 of this agreement states that in order to prevent and repel acts of aggression against the Republic of Belarus, military and other facilities of the Russian Federation may be created on the territory of Belarus, as well as military formations of the Russian Federation may be stationed. In addition, the document also mentions a nuclear umbrella for Belarus.